do something. Sit down, have a meeting, have a talk, and just get this over with. The Green Bay Packers are killing me. Because I personally, I don't care about Aaron Rodgers. I don't. I already said this last year. I'm out on Aaron Rodgers. He bores me. But this is just hanging a shadow over everything else that's happening in the NFL. And I said this before, he's going to wait until draft day. They'll wait, the Packers will do that. They'll wait until draft day to sign him over to the Jets, just to overshadow someone else. It's just, you're like, stop it. Enough. I'm bored of Aaron Rodgers. And don't get me wrong, incredible player. He's almost on the cusp, though. Not quite. So throughout a player's career, there are several stages. Okay, the questions that you would ask that player. This is my opinion. in my opinion, by the way. But there are several stages. So the first question is, when you start, years 1 to 3, say, it's what can you do? What are you capable of? What's the pinnacle? That's what you want to know when you sign a rookie, or even a second or maybe a third year player. What can you do? What's the absolute pinnacle of your ability? And then in the later years, years maybe 4, 5, 6, it's, well, what are you doing now? You've reached that peak. What are you doing? So it was, what can you do? It's now, what are you doing? And then once you get past that, years 7, 8, 9, it's, what have you done? You've been in the league for 7 years. What have you done for me? But once you get to year 10, 11, 12, it becomes a case of, what have you done lately? Because it's all about, it's great saying, oh, well, I won 3 Super Bowls. If that was in your first 3 years and you've done nothing since then that doesn't matter. Now, Aaron Rodgers isn't at that stage of what have you done lately. But it's going to get close, because I know he's a great player and everyone appreciates he's a fantastic player. And, he's one of the most gifted quarterbacks to have ever played the game. I get that. But the reality is, he won 1 Super Bowl and then pretty much stunk it up in the playoffs ever since. And, constantly losing to teams that were inferior to the Packers in almost every facet, which is just wrong. Now, I'm not blaming him for all of their losses. Brian Bostic against Seattle, you should have let Jordy Nelson catch that one, that onside kick. But the reality is, they settled for field goals like 5 times. They couldn't get in the end zone. They shouldn't have been in the position to have lost that comeback to Seattle. And I know he won MVP. He's just 1 year removed from winning MVP. But
back.
Sorry?
Back-to-back MVPs.
Oh, it was a back-to-back MVPs, yes. But what did it lead to? Never, he's not made a Super Bowl. Once again, get into the playoffs, stink it up. Jimmy Garoppolo's kryptonite. Before that, it was Colin Kaepernick. The 49ers are Aaron Rodgers' kryptonite. If he's going anywhere, he should go to San Francisco. There you go. Sorted it. There you go. If he wants to win another Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers should go to San Francisco. Because he can't beat that team. And knowing his luck, right? I don't know if this is going to happen. But knowing Aaron Rodgers' luck, he'll go with the Jets. And they'll get DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll go on this mad tear through the regular season. And then he'll get to the Super Bowl and face Brock Purdy and the 49ers and lose. That would be hilarious. I would pay good money to see that. Anyway, I was talking for quite a while there, Jake. I apologize. Do you want to say something?
I think Aaron Rodgers, as much as he is a drama queen and drags it out, and this is a very Aaron Rodgers situation,
yes.
Ultimately, it's not his place. It's not his job to sort this out. It's between the Jets and the Packers. The Packers are obviously playing hardball. The way the Packers see it, they drafted Jordan Love, 4 years ago to replace Aaron Rodgers.
4 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, to replace Aaron Rodgers. And, if Aaron Rodgers starts, declining because he's at that stage of his career, we've got a quarterback, great. And then what did Aaron Rodgers do? Back-to-back MVP. So, oh, crap. Guess we still got Aaron Rodgers. And then last year, was the first year where it's kind of derailed slightly, and they've gone, right, now is our chance to start afresh, which is Packers have absolutely every right to do. It's their decision. But when you owe a guy 60 million, you've drafted a replacement, you've made it very obvious that this is now Jordan Love's team. Why would the Jets ever go, okay, here's 2 firsts, or here's a first? And, Jets are going, well, you don't want him. You owe him an awful lot of money, and you got his replacement. We'll take him. Oh, will you pay this? No. That's the best quarterback in the NFC. The NFC is a sorry state of affairs when it comes to quarterbacks compared to the AFC. Aaron Rodgers goes from the best in the NFC to almost middle of the pack in the AFC, which is a bit dramatic. But there's so much more competition in the AFC.
It is.
So the Jets don't need to overpay. The Jets can wait, and if it's draft day, if it's training camp, whenever, I think the Jets, although like I say earlier, I think it is probably hurting them, in terms of being a good destination at the moment. I think they just need to hold out and wait for the Packers to admit defeat.
Yeah, I mean, that contract, the 60 million, was the 60, is that what you said?
60 million fully guaranteed as far as I'm aware is still owed to him.
I mean, that's a lot of money. That's an awful lot of money. And, I mean, maybe the Jets are going, we'll take him. Or, well, got to give us 2 firsts. And they're like, oh, fine, we'll wait till next year and then we'll take him. Once he's out of contract. Once he's a free agent, an actual free agent, we'll take him then. But I don't know how many years he actually has on that contract. I was trying to find it there and I can't find it. When his contract actually expires. It would be this year, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. I think there's one year left.
1 year left, yeah.
So, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, if he really wanted to be Aaron Rodgers, could say, trade me or release me, or I'm going to retire, or I'll just sit here for a year. Because, like you say, if it is up at the end of this year, they're going to have to pay him 60 million, which, of course, they don't want to do, to not play. And then the Jets could get him for free. So, in my opinion, the theory that the Packers, have the contract and therefore own Aaron Rodgers at the moment, and therefore they hold the power is not to me. When you come out and say we're moving on to Jordan Love, then you've made that decision. You've told Aaron Rodgers, listen, we're sick of your drama. We're sick of you. We're moving on. Aaron Rodgers, will milk it and be like, oh, I deserve more respect, blah, blah. At the end of the day, if you tell a player you're moving on, move on.
That's
you
very
can't
true.
have it both ways. You can't say we're moving on when someone gives us what we want. It's like, no. If you've got a used car and you're selling it for 10 grand and someone offers you 7 grand and nobody else is offering anything, you might want to take the 7 grand.
Definitely.
Or you just have a rusty car.
And it's not fair to Jordan Love. It's not fair on him at all. This boy has been waiting for his turn, just like Aaron Rodgers did. He waited, 3 years? He waited until he got his turn. And Jordan Love has sat for 3 years, and this will be 4 years, and to get his turn and come in and do his thing.